Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Power BI Prodigy. Thanks for coming back. So here is our next video for the training sessions. For the stopped at a place where we have pulled the data from the CSV file and we got it into Power BI. We loaded the data and then we have modeled the data. So this is what our model looks as of now. So the next part or the main part when it comes to data, it's about the calculated column versus a calculated measure. Why and where we use calculated column and where we use calculated measure. So to start with, so let's get started with creating a calculated column. So why we create a calculated column? So calculated columns are required to have a which will have a static or at the load time the data will be processed. So for example, I need region and segment to be a single column and I want to have a concatenation on these two columns. So right now I can create a new column here and call it region segment region, and these are the vectors which can be used. Segment, and here we go. We'll get north wholesale, west wholesale. It's like creating a composite key for a. So this is one use of a column. So whereas I need to have something like sales amount into discount. So after discount, what's the sale amount? Like what is the discount amount? So here I have the percentage. So for that, so here I want to find out what's my discount amount. So I have the sales amount and I have the discount percentage. So this will be the total amount before discount, and on top of that there will be a discount which will be associated with this sale amount. So to have that discount amount available, so I can create a column which is row context. So sales amount into discount, sales discount. So here you go, we'll get 45.8. So for 458's 10% is 45.8, 984's 5% is 49.2. So for better viewing, we have this format. So right now it's in a general format or in a decimal format. So I can get that changed into a percentage so that we are clear, or will have a proper visibility like 10%, 5%. Also, you can have 0 decimal places for this or 1 decimal place. Yes, so 1 decimal place or a number of decimal places which you can have. So here, so this will be my discount amount. So I'll call it as discount amount. So this is the use of a calculated column. It can have a number calculated, or will have a text which can be concatenated, or will have a condition to create if store is from 2, then call it from store is from, for example, if the store is from 1 to, then call it as top stores, 3 4 5 call it them as average stores. So we can have a column which will be associated, and these columns can be used in our filters. So that's the use of a calculated column. And this, if you see this, it will hold the space in the Power BI load. So whenever a data is loaded, so this will be also calculated, and it will hold a physical space in the Power BI report. So now, so the same, uh, now I want to calculate the sum of sales amount, but I want that to be dynamic with respect to my filter selection. So that will be filter context. So let's create a measure to call it sales amount sum of sales amount. So if you see this will not be having anything. I have created this here in a measure table. So measure table doesn't contain anything, or the sales amount will not have any physical presence during the runtime. So how we'll use a measure is, let me pull in a particular customer. So customer name. Okay, they are called customer 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So and then I'll pull the sales amount into this. So this is what a particular customer has bought, or what they have generated the business, or how they are doing. So here we have customer 14 doing over 10,000. Okay, so now we have one more couple of things. So this measure can also have a format. Right now it's in a whole number. Let's make it a currency because it's money, and automatically it will be taken dollar. So that can also be changed. So you have lot of almost all the currencies available here, so you can select whichever is suitable for your use case or wherever the business is happening. And also we can have fixed decimal points or no decimal points, right? Yes. So this is about a measure. So right now let me just go here and okay, so before that, so this is a simple measure which doesn't involve any filter context or anything. So you can, if I want to filter it out on a particular category, like how a particular category items are being sold. So I have category over here, so I'll pull this up. So we have appliances, electronics and furnitures. So if I want to see exactly for example calculate and then the expression and then our filter comes into picture right now. So we can use category, which is equal to furniture, right? Furniture. So if I do that, see, so we have only for furnitures. So how they are doing, so you see the numbers changed here. So similarly we can also pull in category into this table, and category at the top, or category. So you can see customer 1 has bought appliances, electronics and furniture, all three of them. Okay, here if we see the category furniture, customer 1 has bought $3,031, like 10 has bought in $3,281. So right now what I will do is I'll go back to sales amount and remove the filter context from this. Yes. So now if we see customer 1 has bought for appliances, electronics and furnitures. So all of them are available. So that's how a measure works as a filter context to filter out the data, how exactly we want to see it. So it depends on the use cases, where exactly we want to use and how exactly we want to use it. So that's it. That is about a measure. So here, I want to just show a quick example where a measure can be used in such a way to count. So we have the quantities here, and so let's see how it works on quantity. So I want to count the quantities. I'll create a new measure. So quantity, quantity. So it should not be count of quantity in our case. I'll show that with an example. So here, if we see, we have quantities. So here two quantities have been purchased, and 4, 5. So if I count, it will be considered as 1, and the other row will be considered as 1. So we don't want to do that. We want to go with sum. So we'll do a sum, and then we'll bring in this quantity here. So here, customer 1 has bought 14 quantities of appliances, 30 of electronics, 22 of furnitures. Right? So this is the difference between a measure and a calculated column. So for how does our calculated column works? So for example, I'll pull in this calculated column. I can use this as a filter. So if I select East Retail, what happened in East, or East Wholesale, what happened in East Wholesale. So we can do it in two different ways. So this is a single column which has East, West, North, South, Retail and Wholesale split across, or you can have two different filters, East and segment. So let me take out this. So if you see this, if I select East, so East will have both retail and wholesale. So I have retail and wholesale. If I unselect East and select wholesale, then again East, North, West, South, everything will have both of them. So that's how it works. So with respect to the selections, the filters will get applied. Right? Yeah. So it's up to the usage how we want to use it. So this is a example where we can have a single filter like this, or two different filters like this, or one other thing is can have something like this and have a filter, so that you will have a drop down and you can select only retail from the East. So there are multiple ways of doing it. So with respect to the requirement, how we want, we'll decide which one to go with. Please share and subscribe my YouTube channel Power BI Prodigy, and keep supporting. Thank you.